I'd say one of the strongest mental frames that has gotten me through my hardest times is thinking this will be the story that I will one day tell. And that means the harder it is, the bigger the dragon, the more epic the story, and by consequence, the more epic the hero.
When you're working on doing the things you want to do and fulfilling your dream, and things happen, there are times when your energy feels so depleted that you want to give up, that it looks just totally impossible. And I can tell you from my own personal experience, don't give up then. That's when you've got to fall forward, when life is kicking dirt in your face. Don't give up then. That's when most people turn back.
You have to develop the ability to be disliked because it's the only way you can free yourself from the prison of other people's opinions. If you set a boundary with someone and they leave, that's good. It means the boundary worked. It means that you're actually going to be better off without them. I think everyone should learn to be happy alone because then you'll never have a reason to associate with people who make you feel like shit.
You're not supposed to feel confident. You're not supposed to feel ready. You're not supposed to have all the answers. Becoming someone you've never been before is stressful because you're stepping into uncharted territory. So the next time you feel fear and doubt creeping in, just know that is part of the journey. This life doesn't come easy, but I promise you it's worth it.
You have to inspire people, not only become champion. People, when they look at you, they have to have this energy to become better person, you know? If you inspire people, this is legacy.
You got that day, you woke up, you put your shoes on, you went for a run, you worked out your driveway, you got a good day in.
Yep.
That's sometimes all you need to do and decide, this is what I do from now on, I have a good day.
Keep pedaling, bro, because it's hard. It's hard doing something for a long time, getting up every single day and you're not where you want to be at just yet, and then doing it again the next day, doing it again the next day. That's actually hard. Stop looking for the end result and just enjoy the process, bro.
What do you want in your life? Make up your own mission statement. What do you want to be in life?
Here's the secret to my success. I stood up and did it again. I stood up and I did it again. And I did it again and I did it again all those many years ago. I did it when I was scared, and I did it when I didn't want to, and I did it when I was ill. And I did it when it didn't work well, and I did it when they didn't appreciate it, and I didn't a lot of times when I didn't know much what I was doing. I just did it anyway. And now all these years later, I got better. I got better day by day and week by week and month by month, and I'm asking you to do the same thing. Heart and soul now mixed in there that wasn't there, missing before. I'm asking all of you to get better in spite of the winter, in spite of the downturn. Just get stronger, get better.
If you want to be exceptional, by definition, you will be the exception. You will not be normal. You will be unlike the others. And so it makes sense that you would be in the out group. And it hurts as a human being because you want to be in the in group. But the thing is that you're actually not in group or out of group. You're transitioning. You're between groups. And so in that lonely chapter, that's where you can do a disproportionate amount of work because you have no distractions.
People always want to try and write off and test greatness. I don't have to be great right now. Check me in 10 years. Everything you do in life, you gotta start from scratch. And the key is, you can't be afraid to fail. That's the key to success, hard work, dedication. I'm getting nice over time. And you're like, yo, where did this come from? That's what I'm doing. I'm getting nice over time. I don't mind sucking. You know, I don't mind it because I'm gonna get nice with it over time.
You'll never feel ready to do things that scare you. You will never feel ready to take that leap. Your brain is designed to protect you, and change requires risk. And so you are protecting yourself by saying maybe tomorrow. If you want to change your life, you must make a decision to change your life.
That version of yourself, the one that you dream about, the life that you want to live, it's all there. But you have to be aware of your own weaknesses to become that person. And not only just be aware, but be honest. Be your biggest critic. Apply that pressure and engage that adaptive instinct that we all have in our DNA. I sincerely mean this. If you have a vision and you have the awareness to realize what needs to change in order to get there, you can have whatever you want.
So I think it's not that we fear death. I think it's that we fear not living the life that we want. And I think the easiest way to get out of that is just to start living the life that you want now, not putting it off. We just put off our lives.
Don't settle for average. Please don't, okay? Because you'll look back one day when you're old and gray and you'll say, you know what, that frickin' sucked. Because those few moments in my life when I was extraordinary, that was when I felt most alive. You go through, like, you have one life to live, right? Just go for it. And don't settle for anything less than total and utter excellence.
First one reads, this is the beginning of a new day. You have been given this day to use as you will. You can waste it or use it for good. What you do today is important because you are exchanging a day of your life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever. In its place is something that you have left behind. Let it be something good.
If your purpose is rooted in your success, your purpose is fragile. But if your purpose is rooted in the person you become, it's untouchable. Because when your purpose is rooted on the person you're becoming, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter how things change, no matter how much you vary on success and failure and ups and downs, you never lose your purpose, because your purpose is about the kind of man, the kind of woman you're going to become, the kind of leader you're going to become, the kind of human you're going to become, the kind of husband or wife or father or friend that you're going to become. You need to have goals that are rooted in the quality of life you live and the person you are, and let your success come out of that.
You are going to be tested. You're going to go through hard times. You're going to be in situations where it would be a lot easier just to give up. But why? Because you are being built to become the person that can achieve the vision.
Dangerous to dwell on past mistakes, because people sort of define themselves by the worst moments that they've ever had. And if that's the case, like, some people are stuck in high school. You know, they're stuck in failures that they had, like when they're first getting jobs, and they always think that they're a loser, and they don't like the feeling of failure, so they keep low expectations so that they never have to feel that. You gotta get through it. You gotta get through bad feelings. You gotta get through failure. It's very important. And you get through it by just picking yourself back up and moving forward and going.
Challenges. Challenges come so we can grow and be prepared for things that we're not equipped to handle in the moment. When we face our challenges with faith, prepared to learn, willing to make changes, and if necessary to let go, we're demanding that our power be turned on. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle that you know nothing about. Be kind.
I think you know what you're supposed to do. Deep down inside, I think everybody does. A lot of people just don't go after it, you know? So, like, most people start out, they say, I want to be a this, but I'm going to get that to make sure I have something to fall back on. And what you're doing is you're setting yourself up for failure, because you're going, there's a possibility that I'm going to fall back. And when you put that out there, then you fall back. But if you just say, hey, this is what I want to do, and you go do it, you usually get your stuff the way you want it, man.
What are you gonna do? How bad do you want it? There's two options: to continue forward, pushing onward. And if you do, that dream is given birth, and forever you will live in the reality of it. If you stop, throw it down, I promise you there's no distance you can travel far enough to find that dream again. For it is dead, and in its death, it's replaced by regret. And right now, it's your choice. You want to learn the way to win, but never to accept the way to lose. To accept defeat, to learn to die is to be liberated from it. So when tomorrow comes, you must free your ambitious mind and learn the art of dying.
Let me give you the best of ancient script. Here's what it says. Whatever your hands find to do, do it with all your might, do it with all your strength, and do it with all your power. What a good philosopher.
Some people can't handle your success.
They'll make remarks trying to bait you into conflict, trying to get you upset. Here's the key. Don't get involved in battles that are not between you and your destiny. Most of the conflict we engage in is a distraction. Your job is not to change people's mind about you. Your job is to run your race and not worry about the critics and the naysayer.
Can't keep doing what you're doing and get more. You have to do something different. If what you're doing now was enough to get you what you want that you don't have, you'd already have it.
Oftentimes, if it doesn't go our way, we don't see it as a blessing. If something happens, an experience, if it doesn't go the way we want it to go, oftentimes we don't consider that to be a blessing. But some of the greatest blessings in our lives are things that didn't turn out or work out the way that we wanted it to.
Yin and Yang shows you light and dark. Here's the thing with success. Every time there's success, you have to be prepared for the darkness. So anytime something happens good to you, you have to sort of now look out for what's gonna anchor that, because you can't have sunshine without darkness.
You cannot invent and pioneer if you cannot accept failure. To invent, you need to experiment. And if you know in advance that it's going to work, it is not an experiment. You have to be willing to do that. And it's embarrassing to fail. You know, it's always embarrassing to fail, but you have to say, no, that's not how this works. If I said to you, you have a 10% chance with a particular decision, a 10% chance of a 100x return, you should take that bet every time, but you're still gonna be wrong 9 out of 10 times, and it's gonna feel bad 9 out of 10 times.
If you went through a real bad experience, it's a good experience because these are invaluable. What you learn through unpleasant moments in your life is invaluable. If you forget that experience, you are a fool. Only a fool will try to forget. If you're smart, you must remember every unpleasant experience you had without resentment, without anger, without unpleasantness. Just in your memory always, so that you never ever get into the same situations again.
If you've had any thoughts about quitting or giving up on something lately, please keep going. Your potential in life is unlimited. The only limits you have are the ones you put on yourself. If nobody's told you recently, let me be the first. I believe in you. Even the word hopeless still has hope in it.
Why are you not doing it? What is holding you back? Are you afraid of failure? Or are you scared that other people might judge you? How would you feel about the thought that you might die without achieving this one thing or this one goal? The only person that is holding you back is yourself. And that is the main problem that we have. If you fail, the pain of failure is short and fades fast, but the pain of regret will stay with you forever.
I want to make sure everybody knows that they're enough. No matter what they go through, what they've been through, that they are enough. The number one cause for anything is people not knowing that they're enough. They feel like they're not enough. Just because you have some bad chapters doesn't mean your story can't end well. And every story has bad chapters. It's about you finding the strength to turn the page. And so hold on to that in your struggle, in your journey, in your pain, and then turn your pain from your worst enemy to your best friend. Do that. Use pain, don't let it use you.
The reality is, when you are rejected, you feel a lot like giving up and stopping. But I think what's really important is to persevere and continue again, and get rejected and rejected again, which feels completely outrageous and like the exact opposite of what feels natural. Because rejection is hard, and trying again and being told that something isn't working, that you don't have whatever it is that you need, it doesn't really feel like you should try again. But what I want to do today is to show that rejection and perseverance are two very critical ingredients to succeed at literally any goal you put your mind to.
Difficulties in life is nothing that stops you because it is so heartbreaking, because it goes so deep. It carries the potential for the highest transformation. If you want to see it bad, it's going to be bad. What happened to you is not going to change. You can only determine what is going to be the consequence of what comes to you. How will you transform it? Will you let it stuck inside of you and it slowly eats you up from the inside? Or do you make something different about it? And this is based on the thoughts, on the mental redirectioning of yourself.
Elevation requires separation. In order to grow and become the person you want to be, you need to distance yourself from the habits, people, and situations that are keeping you the same. It can be hard to admit that what feels good in life isn't serving you, but having the awareness to do so is the first step towards transformation. It might feel lonely and scary at first, but letting go makes room for everything else you deserve. Keep going.
Stop waiting for life to be easy. Stop hoping for somebody to save you. You don't need another person lying to you. Face some hard facts and you could have an incredible life.
Here's my best advice. Welcome all experiences. You never know which one is gonna turn everything on.
2024 is going to be your year. I want each and every one of you to write a simple statement for yourselves, looking ahead to 2024. What do I want to create in 2024? Why do you want it? If you don't understand why you want something, you will not do anything to get it. We are only motivated when something is personal. And when you know why you want something, you will be more likely to put your head down and do it.
Following your dreams is a lonely, solitary, scary, dangerous pursuit. You can't wait for somebody to think you can do it, because they don't think you can do nothing they can't do. And as much as you want to be able to listen a little bit, because somebody's going to give you a gem, but nobody knows but you. You can't get advice on what you should do with your life, right? Nobody knows what you are. As much as you want people to agree and you want the people around you to be supporting your dreams and all, it's not going to be like that. You got to do it alone.
Cannot erase the work ethic part. Ain't no elevator to the top. You got to take the stairs. The elevator don't go to the top, man. Not in the world of success.
I know of no better life purpose than to perish in attempting the great and impossible. The fact that something seems impossible shouldn't be a reason to not pursue it. That's exactly what makes it worth pursuing. Where would the courage and greatness be if success was certain and there was no risk? The only true failure is shrinking away from life's challenges.
I've spent a lot of time in my life sitting around wanting things to change and not being able to make them change and not thinking I could. And I wish somebody had told me that earlier sometimes. That in order for something to change, there needs to be change.
As long as you are the common denominator in every situation, you have the power to change it. Don't like the way things are going at work? You have the power to change it. Don't like the way your health is right now? Don't like what you see when you look in the mirror? You have the power to change that. Maybe your financial situation, maybe it's a lack of skills, maybe it's a lack of opportunity.
Stop wanting easy. How many great books have been written about the easy times in people's lives? How many of the greatest stories of all time are about a guy who woke up and everything just went smoothly? 0 of them. They are all about the challenging, hard times that the character had to overcome. And such is the case with your life. That's why we think those are the greatest of all time, because that's what humans are supposed to do. That's what we admire. How do you feel after you do something that's easy? Do you celebrate yourself? Do you pat yourself on the back and say, I did something easy today? No, you only feel that way when you do something that was difficult to do. So do more of those things. On the other side of that is all the happiness, fulfillment, confidence that you are looking for. It's all there, but your expectation is for things to be easy. You can't get the fruit of the labor without doing the labor. Embrace the challenges, move towards discomfort, and you'll get exactly what you're looking for.
Strong mind is not just one that can do calculus. A strong mind is one that controls the body and all of its urges to be lazy and sedentary and self-destructive. That's a strong mind.
Stop making excuses. Simple as that. You can make a million excuses why you didn't work out this morning. You can make a million excuses why you didn't get that raise, why you didn't take that leap of faith. You can make a million excuses, but you know deep down inside, and consciousness is eating away at you, that it's an excuse.
When you have a dream, it doesn't often come at you screaming in your face, this is who you are, this is what you must be for the rest of your life. Sometimes a dream almost whispers. The hardest thing to listen to, your instincts, your human personal intuition, always whispers, it never shouts. Very hard to hear. So you have to, every day of your lives, be ready to hear what whispers in your ear. It very rarely shouts. And if you can listen to the whisper, and if it tickles your heart and it's something you think you want to do for the rest of your life, then that is going to be what you do for the rest of your life.
Forget this new year, new me bull. Your success should not be confined to a certain set of dates. Those days don't matter more than this day or any other day. Every single day that you are alive, that is a day that you should be moving the needle forward. I don't care if it's January, February, March, or any other month. I don't care how the year's been. I don't care what you want to do in the next one. All you have is today. All you have is what is right in front of you. And what is right in front of you is an opportunity to do better. So you're not going to self-destruct until the calendar flips to January 1st. You're not going to call it quits in the middle of February when you mess up your progress. You are going to look at the opportunity that is right in front of you and you are going to seize it. That is how you go from old you to new you, not sitting around waiting for the calendar to flip to a certain day.
You start to feel like you can keep on going, then you're going to feel like you can go further. But first you got to feel like you can go. And then it will all evolve, man. I promise you. All those things are possible, but now if you know that something's wrong and you continue to do it, then you are kind of choosing to suffer.
I was poor because I didn't have anything. I had no money, I had no things, we had no TV, we had no refrigerator, we had nothing as kids, but I was rich because I had a dream of becoming the greatest bodybuilder, but I had no idea that it would go as far as it did. I'm here to talk about success. The first rule of success is to have a vision. You see, if you don't have a vision of where you go, and if you don't have a goal where you go, you drift around and you never end up anywhere. I mean, as you know, I was born in 1947 in Austria after the Second World War. So I was very fortunate that I stumbled onto my vision. And I didn't really like Austria when I grew up. I couldn't wait to get out of there. I couldn't see myself becoming a farmer or a worker in a factory or anything like that. Even though my parents wanted me to stay there and have a normal life. But that was their vision, not mine. My vision was totally different. I felt that I was born for something special, for something unique, for something big. Never ever think small. If you're going to accomplish anything, you have to think big. You have to go and shoot for the stars. The biggest challenge most people have is because they think small. And the reason why people think small and why they choose small little goals is because they're afraid to fail. They know that if you shoot for a big goal, then the chances of failing are very high. And they're afraid of failing. It's one of the most common things why people are frozen and why they cannot make a move in life, because they're scared of failing. I say to myself, hey, I'm not worried about failing because that's part of life. You're not gonna go and win everything. And how far can you fall? Look at this, this is the ground. That's as far as I can fall. And you know something? That the only time you really consider the failure is if you fall and you don't get up. Everyone has a problem with time, but the day is 24 hours and we sleep 6. Now, I know there's some out there that say, whoa, 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 I need 8. Well, I say just sleep a little faster. Because the bottom line is we have 6 hours of sleep, 24 hours are available, so you have 18 hours now available to your work, your family, your hobbies, and also to learn something new. I went to college. I went and worked out 5 hours a day, and I was working on construction. Because in those days in bodybuilding, there was no money. I didn't have the money for food supplements or anything. So I had to go to work. So I worked on construction. I went to college. I worked out in the gym, and at night from 8 o'clock at night to 12 midnight, I went to acting class 4 times a week. So I did all of that. There was not one single minute that I wasted. And this is why I'm standing here today. People always come up to me and says, why are you smiling? You're working out 5 hours a day. You're doing the same as the other guys, but the other guys have a sour face. They're pissed off that they have to do another rep or another set or something. I looked forward to another 1,000 reps of sit-ups. I looked forward to another 500 pounds of leg press or squat. I looked forward to doing more and more curls until my arms fall off. Why? Because I knew that every rep that I did, and every set that I did, and more weights that I lifted, I get one step closer to turning that vision into reality. So I was turned on by that. I was excited. I couldn't wait to get to the gym. Training is part of my life. It's that simple. Nothing will ever change, and I will be working out till I die. And Muhammad Ali worked his butt off, and I saw it firsthand. I remember that there was a sports writer that was there in the gym when he was working out and he was doing sit-ups. And they asked him, how many sit-ups do you do? And he said, I don't start counting until it hurts. Now think about that. He doesn't start counting his sit-ups until he feels pain. That's when he starts counting. That is working hard. And so you can't get around the hard work. It doesn't matter who it is. Work your ass off. There is no magic pill. There is no magic out there. You cannot get around. You have to work and work and work. Make sure of this and make sure of that and all that stuff. So it's work. Give it up. Give up that war. You know the war that you have to really fight is the war against yourself. You have to fight the war against yourself. And it is not easy to look in the mirror and to change your own life. It's hard as hell. You have to take responsibility. You have to learn new things. You have to feel uncomfortable. Good, because discomfort is how we grow. That's how we become strong. If you run away from discomfort and resistance your whole life, you will always be weak.
Remember one thing, through every dark night, there's a bright day after that.
Along the way, you're going to need to do things you don't want to do or might not think you can do. It's okay to be scared. It's natural to doubt yourself. But if you can push through that and do what needs to be done, you'll do just fine.
Here's a simple rule. Never, ever, ever let your mood dictate what you do. You have to take action first because movement changes your mood. If you want to be an author, write. And when you're done writing, your mood will be amazing. If you want to be healthier, exercise. And your mood after you move will feel incredible. Do not let the mood you're in now dictate what you do next. Act like the person you want to become. And when you start taking those actions and you start moving in the direction of your dreams and the things that you want and deserve in life, your mood will follow. It'll feel great. And you, my friend, will be getting it done.
Discipline acknowledges your feelings, but does not act on them. Discipline acknowledges that you do not want to put in the work, but you do it anyways. If you live your life off the fuel of motivation, you will run out and you will fail. But if you go off of discipline, you will always push forward. Discipline does what's required despite how you feel.
Everybody tells you when you get knocked out, stand right back up. Don't let them see you knocked out. I totally disagree with that. Totally disagree with that. Because if you stand up, you're gonna stand up the same individual that got knocked, the same way you got knocked out. You're the exact same person. Stay down there. Understand why you got knocked out, why you're down there. So when you stand up, there's something different about you. When you get knocked out, and you are gonna get knocked out, when you stand up stronger. You get knocked down again, stay down there. When you stand up, you're gonna stand up with more talent. You're gonna get knocked down again, stay down there. You're gonna be more intelligent, you're gonna be more resilient. Every time you get knocked down, there has to be a different, better version of you standing up. Otherwise, you're gonna keep getting knocked down.
Being a winner is a curse. It doesn't matter how much you've won before, you're not a winner until you win again, and again, and again. Nothing is enough. No one understands. And you never want it to stop.
Go all out, find a way to win. In spite of the setbacks, in spite of the disappointments, in spite of your failures, fail your way to success. His life knocks you down trying to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up.
Fear establishes the boundaries of our freedom. So whatever you're afraid of, that becomes your limitation. If you're afraid of heights, you stay low. If you're afraid of people, you stay alone. If you're afraid of failure, you stay safe. And when you realize fear establishes the boundaries of your freedom, the moment you press through those fears, now you have unlimited freedom.
You're knowing that you put the work in and have the confidence to let it show. What I tell people is just be the best version of yourself in anything that you do. You don't have to live anybody else's story. Sometimes people make it seem like you have to have certain prerequisites, but the truth is you really don't. It doesn't matter where you come from, what you have or don't have, what you lack, what you have too much of, but an undying passion for what you do or what you choose to do in this life, and a relentless drive and the will to do whatever it takes to be successful.
There's a lot of talk every day about conspiracy theories and about things that are floating around, and you know what's not a conspiracy theory? You. You know what's not a conspiracy theory? Your life. You know what doesn't need to be negotiated amongst the news and people and peers is your vision, your heart, your soul, your family. Focus at home. Don't worry about what's floating around in the media and who says this and who says what. Pay attention, see what they say, but realize something. Your life is not a conspiracy theory. Focus on that. Focus on your family. Focus on your goals. Focus on your vision. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of chatter. One of the best places that you can spend your time, energy, bandwidth, heart, and soul is within the four walls of your own home.
You need to understand, like, everything in life and initially feels like bad reinforcement. You start going to the gym, you feel weak in order to become strong. You go to the library, you read, you don't understand, you feel stupid in order to become smart. The process of discomfort is inevitable. You have to go through it. Most people have that initial feeling, that initial lack of self-belief, because they don't understand that they have to be humbled first in every aspect in order to grow. You need to go through that parallel problem solving, you solve it, and then you get the reward.
None of us know what will happen. We can't predict how this journey will turn out to be. If you're finding it hard to imagine a future better than you have right now, just know that you're not alone. Sometimes we all feel stuck, afraid, overwhelmed, and lost. But regardless, we always find a way and carry on. Don't forget how you made it here. You overcame every challenge you ever faced. And I know you'll make it through this too.
Just don't quit today. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Whatever we got to do tomorrow, just don't quit today. Little step. Tiny step. Tomorrow. What are we going to do? Well, I don't know, but I'm not going to do that today. Just today. All right? Just make one good decision today.
When you go to sleep at night, think about your goals for the coming day. Make a list for each day of all the goals, the little goals you're going to accomplish that day. Keep a journal and write down your goals on a regular basis. When you're driving through the day, think about your goals. When you're talking to other people, think about your goals. You see, you do become what you think about most of the time. You do achieve what you think about most of the time. So all successful people think about their goals most of the time.
You will never feel ready to do things that scare you. You will never feel ready to jump off the cliff. You will never feel ready to take that leap. Your brain is designed to protect you, and change requires risk. And so you are protecting yourself by saying maybe tomorrow. If you want to change your life, you must make a decision to change your life.
It takes power. It takes effort. It takes discipline to break the old you, to break those habits, to break free of the chains that have been holding you back. That's where it takes the most effort. And then once you climb up and you start to get altitude, you start to get elevation, gravity becomes weaker. Your old, weaker self doesn't have the same influence that it had.
It's easy to want it. It's easy to think about it. It's easy to dream about it. It's easy to tell people you're going to do it. What's hard is getting up in the morning and doing it. What's hard is doing it when all your friends are telling you not to do it. What's hard is having everything in your life tell you that you should pull the plug on what you're doing right now and go get a normal job like everyone else, go be like everyone else, go live the life that everyone else wants you to live, or it's showing up anyway. That's what's hard. But that's what's actually going to get you where you want to go.
Most people never succeed in life because they're waiting for conditions to be perfect. They're waiting for the sun to shine, the temperature to be right, all the stars to align. And I'm here to tell you guys that will never happen. Conditions will never be perfect. Things will never align. There will always be a reason for you to put off what should be done right now for a later time. That is a success and life truth.
A warrior is sent. A warrior has or feels the obligation. If something is out of balance out there, I'm gonna fix it. Or you try. And if you try and you fail, you try harder next time. But you don't give up.
Starting tomorrow, what are you going to do that'll make a change in your life's direction? Good question. What are you going to do starting tomorrow that'll make a difference? Now see, if you don't do something starting tomorrow that'll make a difference, guess what? It's gonna be the same. And see, that way you can guess what the next 5 years are gonna be like. Look at the last 5. Because the next 5 are gonna be like the last 5 unless you, major key, tomorrow, change it all. Or change a little, or change something, or don't change. It's choice time. You can do whatever you want.
But that hardest part of changing is breaking that gravitational force in the beginning. The stationary inertia of habit that's been controlling you for 7, 10, 15 years. Leave your weak old self behind and go get after it.
Everybody has a turn back moment. you have a moment where you could go forward or you can give up. But the thing you have to keep in mind before you give up is that if you give up, the guarantee is it will never happen. That's the guarantee of quitting, that it will never happen, no way under the sun. The only way the possibility remains that it can happen is if you never give up, no matter what.
My view is like, you can't control the outcome all the time. Sometimes it should go the other people's way. It shouldn't always go your way. So you get motivated by the losses, you stay motivated through the winning. What you can control is your process. You can control those intangibles. You can control the work ethic, the consistent discipline, your attitude, your culture, how much you care. All those things are in you. They just need to be drawn out of you.
There are going to be days where you get up and you do exactly what you're supposed to do and you work as hard as you possibly can and nothing happens. And on that day, you're going to feel like you're wasting your effort. You're going to feel like you're wasting your time. On that day, you're going to wonder why you're even doing this. But on that day, you're going to promise yourself that you're going to do it again tomorrow. And when tomorrow arrives and the same thing happens, you're going to promise yourself that you're going to do it again the next day. If you keep doing that, one of those days, something's going to happen. So keep showing up. Keep doing the work and trust that one day it's going to lead to what you want. Because if you do the work, it will.
If you will change, everything will change for you. If you will get better, everything will get better for you. If you'll change your philosophy, if you'll change your habits, if you'll refine your thinking, if you'll change and accept some new disciplines, if you'll turn the corner where you've been in the past, go for a new life for the future, all kinds of remarkable things will happen for you if you will change.
Said to myself, if ever I want anything to change, it's up to me. That's the time where I really got scared. It suddenly hit me right between the eyes that if I wanted my life to be different, it was up to me to make my life different. And if I can get only one point across to you in this simple segment, this little segment is that the starting point of flying to the stars, the starting point of taking complete charge of your life, the starting point of great success and great achievement is to accept complete, unconditional responsibility. If it's to be, it's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to you. As Henry Ford said, never complain, never explain. What that means is if you don't like the way things are, then it's up to you to change them. And if you're not willing to take steps to change them, then don't complain about them. Just simply accept them. Men who are men and women who are women don't complain about the difficulties of life. They just accept them as the difficulties of life, and they either do something about them or they don't say anything. So if it's to be, it's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to you.
Most people just don't want to be responsible for their existence. The predominant state of mind is a victim. I say it with all the compassion in the world, but people really think that I am at the effect of life. And for most people, it's really justified. Like if you knew my dad, he was an asshole, and you knew my spouse, and there's just the absence of both accountability, responsibility, and personal power that for whatever reasons, I've attracted these circumstances for my own growth and evolution.
I know who you are because you're the same person. In adversity, in victory, in defeat, you're the same motherfucker.
It doesn't get turned off ever. Excellence. I said before, guys, is not an accident in somebody's life. It's a habitual habit that's trained and perfected and then remastered every single day in everything they do. You know you're on the right path when these small things, the momentum builders, hold value to yourself. When you stamp your name on something and it means something, come check it out, I did this. Not hoping someone doesn't see it. The fact you know it exists is enough.
Hey man, look, this is what you gotta do, bro. Wake up and grind. Wake up and grind. Wake up and grind. Every day. That's the method. I mean, it's not hard. If you get up every single day and put your mind to something, how could you really believe that you won't win? It's not possible. I mean, 99% of people already don't want to grind. So you just start and you becoming the 1%. This junk is really simple, but you're making it hard. When all you have to do is wake up and grind every day. That's the method.
Stop ignoring the voice in your head. You know the one I'm talking about, the one that knows you're capable of more, the one that whispers to you at night that you could have gone harder. What if I told you that voice is your potential, daring you to do more, be more, go bigger, do better? Don't ignore your potential. Feed it. Because I'll be honest with you, I am sick of people telling me to rest more, take a break, seek balance. Off. If you are blessed with the opportunity to chase your dreams, and whatever weird disposition leads someone to run after them with unwavering desire, then fucking do it. And apologize to no one.
The #1 way to make people mad is to treat yourself like gold. Keep all your promises. Skip out on all the popularity contests and selling your soul to be on the same page as everyone. Leave the beer smoking and meaningless relationships to those that can't see through the BS, and they'll be angry at you. Is it because you're doing something wrong? No. I think your only crime is making them witness a life they wish they could have, but never will. People want to blame the mirror for what they see in it, but in all reality, the mirror provides nothing but the reflection of a harsh truth.
And I tell people, if you have found the right path and you feel frustrated and you feel blocked, that's a good thing, right? That little bit of pain, a little bit of frustration, it's often a signal that you're actually on the verge of turning into the right direction. You know, this is a signal that things aren't quite working out and you're listening to it. But if you get anxious and you don't listen to the frustration, then you can't be creative, you can't go into it. Yeah. But you'll learn at a much higher rate and you'll enjoy. Everything involves a degree of pain, a degree of practice, a degree of drudgery. There's nothing that's going to come easy in life. So anything skill that you're going to learn is going to involve that. And if you're not connected to it in a deep way, you're never going to learn fast enough, you know, and you're just going to burn out too early.
Live in the moment. Stop trying to be alive and start living. Death is coming. When it comes, are you ready for it? Are you gonna stand up and dance at that celebration? Or are you gonna be wishing, oh my God, because that's permanent, that. You can't change it. You can't reverse the clock, trying to make amends and do it right. You don't have time to say you're sorry and make it right. No, it's over with. That day comes. It's like studying for a test. That day is going to be tested. Do you pass or fail? It's a huge accountability of today. We come into this world by ourselves. We leave this world by ourselves. We had the opportunity to engage while here, but we leave alone. We leave with the memories and the embraces and the love and the experiences of life. We take that with us. And if we do it right, we leave footprints of legacy and motivation for others to follow and take the most out of life. Alive, but also living. Not so fearful for death that we become a self-paralysis in our own state, trying to preserve the inevitable. It doesn't work that way, guys.
Consistency isn't sexy, but the magic just doesn't happen overnight. It's in the small steps you take every day, the ones that feel repetitive, unnoticed, and even dull. Don't underestimate what you're doing right now. It's turning effort into momentum, and momentum into results. So keep going, because consistency doesn't just win, it changes everything.
Impossible is just a big word thrown around by small men. Find it easier to live in a world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare.
So I know why you go on Instagram. I know why because you just have the time. You have the time because you don't want to put that time into bettering oneself.
you start going after your goals and you start achieving them, people will start looking at you differently, and secretly they will start hoping that you fail because it will make them feel better about the action they have never taken.
Progression is an ugly road that leads to a beautiful place. And the sad thing about that quote that's true is most people never get to that beautiful place because they never persevere. They give up before it's their time. They quit before they see their breakthrough. That's why I love a breaking point, because at a breaking point, that fork in the road, you got a choice. You can break down or you can break through. And when you choose to break through, those adversities strengthen you. All those things that have come against you, it strengthens you. That's why you got to find a meaning, a mission that carries you through this stage of resistance.
Get started and stay consistent. You have things to share with the world that only you can deliver. But you'll never experience them if all you replay in your mind are doubts and excuses on why going after your dreams now isn't a good time. You have what it takes. Get out of your own way. Don't count yourself out yet. Everything you want to achieve is possible. It might take time, effort, and discipline, but it's all within reach.
So if you're in the woods and you don't know where to go, start walking. You've got to start walking because the perspective's not going to change. You have to start moving forward. You have to start taking steps in order to improve your vision, improve your perspective, change your perspective, make some kind of progress. And worst case scenario, you figure out that you walked the wrong direction. Okay, now you can walk in the other direction. And that's gonna be fine. But standing there lost and not doing anything is just waiting to die, waiting to starve to death.
The only thing in life that stands between you, everything you've ever wanted to do, is doing it. Not preparing to do it, not scheduling time to do it, not telling people you're gonna do it, not reading books about how to do it, not watching videos about how to do it, but instead actually doing it.
There's a saying, there's a quote that I really believe in, that when the pain of the current reality becomes greater than the fear of change, that's when we change. So like when the pain becomes so intense that it's greater than the fear that you have of the unknown, then you'll go into the unknown. You can stand there at the door looking at this abyss, but when it becomes so painful that you walk into that, that's when the change happens.
But there's a hell of a lot more to you than you think, like way more. Enough to cope with the trouble of the world inside you. There's enough to cope with the trouble of the world. And if you had enough courage, you could let that out. Enough courage and faith, you could let that out, and everything would be better because of it.
Only fail because they get caught up into what winning was. It's supposed to fail at some point in time. You're supposed to get knocked down a couple times. You're supposed to lose. That's how you learn. Perfection is only a word because imperfection was discovered. You can't be perfect without knowing what imperfect is. You have to experience imperfection at some point to go, now I'm perfect.
Feel something is shifted. Some people are not strong enough to adapt to the change. Some people don't know how to put it into practice in order to go with the change. There will come the time, and it's not going to take long, where a natural separation is going to take place. A natural separation. The ones that are able to read the signs, that are able to go with what is happening, to adapt to the changes this world is bringing to us, they will move on to another world. Other people that are unwilling, unable, maybe incapable of adapting to the coming changes. It is simple like this. They will stay with the old world, which is about to end.
An eagle flies at a certain altitude, and the only other bird flies at that altitude is another eagle. So if he finds himself flocking with pigeons, he may be flying too low.
One of the things limiting you from your income, your impact, a world-class life. You care too much about what people think about you. You can be world-class, you can fit in with the world, you don't get to do both. One thing I've learned is everyone has an opinion. Why let the opinions of other people deny you from a life that will make history?
This is my question to you. When you gonna free yourself? How long are you gonna stay in this pain expecting change to happen in your life? How long are you gonna stay in this situation expecting things to change in your life? You've been here for the last year, the last 5 years, the last decade, staying in the same mess, accepting the same mess, and wonder why you're stressed, wonder why you're not happy, wonder why you're not fulfilled, wonder why you're not experiencing the life that you deserve to experience. When you gonna free yourself from the pain? When you gonna free yourself from settling for less? Because I want to tell you right now, you don't have to accept it. I know you know that, but I need you to feel that, understand that. You don't got to accept it. You don't have to stay where you're just tolerated and not celebrated. You don't have to stay where you're not happy. You don't have to stay where you're not being better. You don't have to stay where you're suffering. You can free yourself from it.
Stop and think. What's something really big that you would love to see yourself accomplish? If you were to just roll the clock ahead, a year, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 15 years, what is it that you really want?
All in love with the process, because it is the most beautiful thing in existence. I mean, right now, you are in the process of pursuing something extraordinary. You're developing your mind, your skills, and along the way, experiencing failure, but then learning from it and continuing forward, smarter, stronger, more equipped than the last time. You meet new people, experience new things, doors open up, and periodically you look back and realize how far you have come. That is beautiful.
I think most people feel really lonely when you want something that doesn't currently exist. And so some people call that dreams, some people call that goals, whatever it is, you're trying to pull something from your mind into reality and you want it done a certain way. And if it's not done that way, it's not what you imagined. And so people on the outside will throw stones and call you names that they think will change your behavior and get you to stop.
Remember, sometimes you will take the wrong turn in life. You take that wrong turn, it leads to a dead end. Now what are you gonna do? You gonna sit there at the dead end and stare at it? Or are you gonna turn around and figure out which way you're supposed to go? You're gonna go through a lot of dead ends in life. You just gotta keep it pushing, figure your way out of it, but don't ever just stand still. Life is always going. So if you stand still for too long, life is gonna pass by.
Majority of people just don't do it. You know, it's like a lot of people want it, but not a lot of people want to do it. So just by taking that one little step, you've separated yourself from the herd.
The most important thing is to take action. That is the most, even if it's the wrong action, if you take the wrong step, if you take the first step in the wrong direction, the difference between you and the person who doesn't take a step at all is a worry. You have to take the first step. You have to take some kind of action.
Most people are incapable of picking a direction and just going. They observe the possibilities. They get paralyzed by all the possibilities. They refuse to move forward on all the possibilities, and then time passes them by. So it's very important that you make a decision and you go down that path. You commit to that path with the mentality of having zero options. I don't have a choice but to see this through.
You know, you're not gonna be perfect. Yes, you're gonna have times in your journey where maybe you fall off in certain areas, or maybe you're not as disciplined, or you waver a little bit, right? But it's about maximizing the moment that you have right now, right? Having the self-awareness and the self-reflection to be able to catch yourself when you are falling off or slacking in a certain area in your life, and bring yourself back to center, ground yourself where you are, and make the most out of this moment that you have right now. Make the next right decision.
I feel like if you don't know where you want to be right now, you just need to ask yourself, what would you like to be doing a year from now? Because if you shorten up how long it takes you to get to where you want to be, it's easier and more attainable. I think when you think about what you want to do 5 years from now, 10 years from now, it seems like too far to reach. So starting with baby steps really helps you figure out where you really want to see your life go. Not where your friends or family want to see it, but where you want to go. And if you know at least where you'd like to be this time next summer, that should give you a good indication to start looking in that niche, in that field, down that path. Like whatever that looks like for you is for you. And only you know that.
All of us are trying to find something, trying to find meaning, love, contentment, because we feel that something is missing. That's why we're so busy, why we kill ourselves with work, why we can't be still. This drive is what allows us to accomplish things, so it's not all bad. The problem is that when we do accomplish things, we don't feel that much better. Never seems to fill the void. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, you've wandered all over and finally realized that you've never found what you were after, how to live. Not in syllogisms, not in money or fame or self-indulgence, nowhere. Ain't that exactly right? What we have to realize is that the answer to our problems is not more. Money, power, renown, these will not satisfy us. We satisfy it simply by living our life as nature demands. That means by being good, by being true to ourselves, by focusing, by not wasting a second wishing anything was otherwise or caring what other people think of us. We just live as well as we can.
The fact is, there is something big inside of you. Lean into that. I know that you have huge ambitions, and I want to make sure that you never give up on going for them.
Best day of a man's life is the day he realizes that nobody's coming to save him. If he can know that and feel peace about it and almost be excited about it because he gets to go fight his own hero's journey, he'll win. If he can accept it, he'll win. Because you take entire responsibility for your life. Too many people give up responsibility in their life so they point the finger at somebody else. Take responsibility for everything. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna do the same thing I did yesterday.
When you guys think about what it is that creates greatness, and when you think about all the things that you wish you could be, and wish you were, and wish you could become, you have to understand that that requires effort from you. That requires you doing things intentionally that are going to make you uncomfortable, that are going to help develop skills that you can then apply to any plan that you move forward.
Challenge yourself. There's always more things that we could do, that we can face, that we can get things done, but we don't want to do it because it feels scary, it feels uncomfortable. We worry. That's another way. If everything in life is doing well, then that means you're not challenging yourself enough.